We don't always see the work that God has done, nor the work that God is in the process of doing. We don't understand his ways because intellectually we're like ants compared to God. I mean, the definition of God is that which is beyond what anyone can understand, even Albert Einstein or Father Michael. God is so far beyond us, and he planned so far ahead that he knew what each of you were going to do before you were even born. He knows every breath you'll take, every red light that you'll run in your life, everything that you've done wrong, and everything that you'll do good in your life. And he has planned everything out and made everything according to his plan. It says in that reading from Ecclesiastes, there's a time to sow and a time to reap, a time to laugh and a time to cry, a time to embrace and a time to be far from embraces. Did you ever think you'd see a time in our lifetime that you couldn't shake someone's hand in public or give someone a hug? A time to mourn and a time to rejoice. A time to be born and a time to die. All of it is all part of God's plan. Today, after Mass, I'm running down to Ambridge to do a funeral for a beloved little old Italian woman who was 99 and a half years old, who was just a joy. She would dress up in an Italian outfit and have a basket of rose petals and spread the rose petals before the priest when we would do a Corpus Christi procession with the Eucharist. She was there for every nut roll that was made and there to be at every dinner that the Christian mothers threw. Burying her at 99 and a half years old is not sad. It's a joy because it's part of God's plan. She goes to meet the people that she loved that have gone before her, marked with a sign of faith. I won't be able to go to the cemetery because I have to come back up here and do a baptism. A time to be born and a time to die. We don't know the plans that God has for us. The last thing I thought I would be in high school was a priest. As a matter of fact, when I was 8th grade, Sister Marcelle, a red-haired sister, told me that she thought that I would be a good priest when I grew up and started sending me information in the mail from all of these Bishop's Latin School and places like that. And I wanted to tell her, honest sister, I can find a girlfriend. I don't have to be a priest. But she saw things that I couldn't see, what God's plan was for me. There's an old story. Once upon a time, there was a man who was a widower and had a son that he loved with all his heart and had a beautiful gray mare, a horse. And all of the townspeople would come and say, "Farmer, what good luck, this beautiful mare and the beautiful son." And he said, "Good luck, bad luck, who's to say? Only God knows for sure." Well, that night there was this giant storm and thunder and lightning, and the horse got upset and it kicked on the gate to the stall, and it ran away. And all the townspeople came and said, "Oh, you lost your beautiful mare. What bad luck." Farmer shrugged his shoulders and said, "Good luck, bad luck, who's to say? Only God knows for sure." The next day at the crack of dawn, he looked out, and there in his yard was the gray mare who brought back with her this beautiful black stallion. And all of the neighborhood people came and said, "Farmer, what great luck. Good luck, bad luck, who's to say? Only God knows for sure." Well, his son, who was about 15 or 16 years old, decided he was going to surprise his dad, and he was going to break the stallion so that he could put a saddle on it and they could use it to work the farm. And he got on that horse, and the horse bucked up, and he fell off, and he broke his leg. And all the people came from the town and said, "Farmer, what bad luck?" The farmer said, "Bad luck, good luck, who's to say? Only God knows for sure." A couple of weeks later, as the young man had a cast on his leg, an edict came out from the king. The king had picked a fight with a neighboring kingdom, and their army was so much bigger than his. It came in and crushed his army, and they were coming for his castle. And almost all of the soldiers were either wounded or dead. And he sent an order out desperately: go and find any young person who's at least 16 years old and press them into service to be a soldier to defend my castle that I have to keep. And everyone knew it was a suicide mission for these young men who had never been trained as soldiers going against this great army. And they came to collect the farmer's son and saw that he had the cast on his leg and he couldn't go. And so his life was saved. Good luck, bad luck, who's to say? Only God knows for sure. All we know in this life, it is if we trust God with all our heart and all our mind and all our soul, that even we don't understand what God is doing in our lives, we trust that He has a plan. And that plan is to prosper us, to one day fill us with a joy beyond our imagination, if only we trust in Him with all our heart and all our soul. And to know that no matter how many trials and tribulations we go through here on earth, if we suffer them as embracing our cross, God will bless us one day with a reward beyond anything we could ever ask or imagine. If only we trust in Him with all our heart, all our soul, and all our strength.